Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Cover Zero podcast, the show where I cover the least in the best way possible. I'm your host, Jason Wells. Today is Wednesday, November 19th. Today is a very, very, very special day. It is my girlfriend, partner, all of those things. It is her birthday. She is the best. She deserves all the love from everyone today, me especially. Again, words cannot describe how much she is the best person literally in the world. She moved across the country with me so I could go to school and start a bit of a new life here in Fredericton. She is the best. I love you so much. Happy birthday. Now, for the episode here. Bit of a weird transition, but unfortunately, I'm an idiot. And while I was just recording, I didn't have my laptop plugged in. I'm like, I have enough battery life. It's fine. My laptop died during the middle of recording. What happens to that file? Doesn't exist. It never happened, apparently. So I literally had like 30 seconds left of what I was doing, and then poof, now it's gone. So this episode is going to be much, much shorter. No college football highlights. I will still be recapping the week, but it's going to be a very condensed version of what I normally do anyways. I guess let's just get into it because I need to eat food because I've already been doing this for an hour already, technically. So let's get right into these games, starting off with Monday Night Football. Cowboys 33, Raiders 16. Cowboys defense taking a bit of a step up now. Quinnen Williams makes his Cowboys debut. Sack and a half, 4 QB hits, tackle for loss. Not saying that the Cowboys defense is like good now, but it might be league average, and that might be good enough because their offense is good. Everyone was kind of like, Dak looked good, Pickens looked good, CD looked good, Jake Ferguson looked good. Everyone was cooking for the Cowboys in this one, so shout out to them. Raiders on the other side. Chip Kelly is awful at what he does. He should not be in the NFL. Stick to college, dude. Like, he's the highest paid offensive coordinator in the NFL. And his offense is ranked 31st in the league. Bad strategy in general. And I know this isn't, James Spytek, the Raiders GM. I know these weren't his picks. Well, Gene T was. But deciding to build a roster that's a bunch of holes everywhere on it with a tight end and a running back. Not great strategy from the Raiders, but whatever, regardless, we'll move on. Patriots 27, Jets 14. Patriots did exactly what they meant to do, needed to do. Drake May played well, Stephon Diggs played well, Mac Hollins played well, Travion Henderson played well, the defense played well. Milton Williams is unfortunately injured for them. The Patriots took care of business. This was an easy one for them. Jets on the other side, Justin Fields is benched, Garrett Wilson is out for the year. They're just a bad team. They're just flat out a bad team. And currently they have 1 turnover through 10 games. That is the lowest in NFL history. Again, the Jets aren't good, and we all know this, so we can keep going here. The first game in Spain, in Madrid, Commanders and Dolphins. Commanders 13, Dolphins 16. This game goes to overtime. Devon Achane, I feel like I'm saying this every single week now. Please, 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 never ever leave us. I beg of you. Another great performance from this one. He is the offense. He's what makes this offense go. Not go in the red zone. Not go on the goal line because our offensive line is so bad and can't get any push on anybody. But again, we came away with a win at the end of this. Did my stupid quarterback say that Tel Aviv would be his preferred destination for an international game? Yes, he did. That's a whole other story. I don't like Tua. I think Tua is a shitty bad person. Is he a shitty bad person in the same way Tyreek is a shitty bad person? No. But there's levels to this. Apples and oranges. They're both bad people at the end of the day. Commanders on the other side. It's just a bad roster. Shout out to Marcus Mariota, though. Seemingly make that offense work. Again, the offensive line is solid, though. Deebo Samuel is his only real receiver that he has. No running back support, really, but Marcus Mariota almost won them this game. Their defense is bad, but Commanders need a lot of help. Did I say that they were going to be picking in the top 10 this year? I did, so maybe you should listen to me. Chargers at Jags. Chargers 6, Jaguars 35. This was a big, big win for the Jags and Liam Cohen. Big momentum, not momentum, but just, again, team-boosting, team morale game. They lost horrifically to the Texans last week, or not horrifically, but lost in a horrific way anyways, and to bounce back against, again, a team that's of the same caliber. Clearly the Jags, kick their ass, but Chargers and Jags are, two teams that are on the same, tier for me, where, the Jags played well, their defense played well, Josh Hines-Allen becomes the Jags franchise leading sack leader, so that's cool. It might be Bashal Tuden time. Him and Etienne were splitting the carries pretty evenly, and it looked like Tuden had a little bit more burst, so maybe look out for that. Chargers on the other side. That offensive line just sucks, and there's nothing really you can do. Justin Herbert was getting killed out there. He ended up getting pulled, leaving the game with the injury. It is what it is. The running backs are hurt. Their offensive line is hurt. The receivers are still good, but if the offensive line is hurt, then Herbert can't get them the ball fast enough. And this defense is it's a fine unit, but it's not a good unit, and it's just not the Chargers' year. It's flat out not the Chargers' year. Bears 19, Vikings 17. Shout out to Caleb Williams. Not a great stat line anyways, but I've talked about it, the elusiveness, the escapability, him moving in the pocket, just making guys miss. It's very, very, very impressive to me what he can do, but the Bears' defense was kind of the bigger story in this one. Kevin Byard, his 5th interception on the year. Leading 5th interception on the year for him, too. After leaving the Titans, he's kind of had an up and down path where I think he's firmly going to get nominated for the damn, this old dude can still play some pretty good ball award. That's my own personal award if you didn't know. And then shout out to corner Nahshon Wright, who had his 4th interception on the year. He was very emotional after it too. If you're not aware of the story, I keep saying a lot, but if you're not aware of the story, Nahshon Wright and his brother were a part of the Last Chance U series on Netflix, and he was a part of it when they were in LA with Coach John Beam, who passed away before last weekend, tragically. And Coach Beam was a father figure to the Wright brothers, and not those Wright brothers, not the ones who flew planes, but these Wright brothers, the ones who play football. He was a huge influence and inspiration in their lives, and losing someone like that hurts so much, and you could clearly see the emotion when Wright made that interception and when he took it to the end zone. It just kind of broke down a little bit there. But right now the Bears have Byard with 5 interceptions on the year, leading the league. Nahshon Wright 4 interceptions, and then Tremaine Edmonds with another 4 interceptions. Top 3 guys in the league with interceptions are all Bears. That's a fun stat anyways. Vikings, Justin Jefferson. So frustrated. He is so fed up with 9. I don't think I've seen him in his career be this visibly frustrated on the sideline. And he's had to play with Nick Mullins and Josh Dobbs, but those guys could get him the ball. Those guys were bad QBs, but they at least put the ball in his area. JJ McCarthy can't even do that. JJ McCarthy, I think he's a bad quarterback, guys. Just saying. We'll keep going though. Packers 27, Giants 20. Packers did what they needed to do. They win this game. This was a game that they needed to win, should have won. They did win. Unfortunately for them, Josh Jacobs leaves with an injury. Elton Jenkins is already out for the rest of the year. Again, the Packers are just so banged up. Jordan Love even left for a little bit in this game, but Malik Willis comes in, scores a touchdown. He's just a lot of fun anyways. I hope he goes somewhere where he can maybe get a chance to start at some point. But Packers win this one. Simple enough. Giants on the other side. Not a ton to say. This was the Jameis game. Jameis did his thing where he made a couple big throws, made a couple really bad throws. But really I want to talk about this defense because Shane Bowen, the Giants defense coordinator, bad at his job. You should not have a defense with guys like Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Abdul Carter, Bobby Okereke, like just that front seven in general, and not be able to get after the quarterback. And this Packers offense isn't good. Like, let's just be real for a second. Like, Jordan Love is, again, very capable, good starting quarterback. Like, yes, like fringe top 10, all those things. But the guys he has around him now, like his receivers, not any better than what the Giants are dealing with like Wan'Dale Robinson and Darius Slayton. Like, let's be real. Running back, now that Josh Jacobs is out, it's Emmanuel Wilson. I think pretty comparable to the Giants, too. The offensive line, banged up, hurt. Like, not being able to get after Jordan Love with those guys on your team. I don't know what he's doing. He should have been fired long before Dable did. But regardless, we'll keep going here. Texans 16, Titans 13. Titans had him in the first half. And then the second half happened. And then, I don't know. Good for the Texans. Good for Davis Mills for, again, winning this game, keeping their like playoff hopes alive a little bit. Texans defense continues to still be really, really good. CJ Stroud is still hurt, not practicing too, so hopefully he gets better soon anyways. Titans, I got nothing for you. You're just a really, really bad team. We'll see you in the draft in April. Next game up here, Panthers 30, Falcons 27. This game went to overtime. I said it last week of what happened to this Panthers offense at the end of last year in that second half. Bryce Young started throwing deep, taking shots, and all of a sudden opens up the offense a little bit. Things look better. Bryce looks good. And then this year, they go away from that. And I mentioned it last week. I'm like, why aren't they throwing the football down the field? And what did they do this week? They throw the football down the fucking field. Ted McMillan looks good. Xavier Leggett looks good. Jalen Coker looks good. They're still running the ball well. And Bryce in this one, 31 of 45, 448 yards, 3 passing touchdowns. Maybe I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to ball. Let Bryce throw the ball down the field. You got the guys for it. I'm interested to see where this goes because now the Bucs are tied for the lead in the NFC South right now, so that's exciting anyways. Falcons, on the other hand, bad. Again, fairly talented roster, but just bad. Michael Penix now, partially torn ACL, so he's out for the rest of the year. That now makes it his third ACL surgery that he's going to need. GM Terry Fontenot should absolutely get fired after the season is done. I mean, just the mistakes that he has made since getting hired. Again, he paid Kirk Cousins $160 million to be his like quarterback. Cool, whatever. Then he immediately drafted Michael Penix at 8 overall. Stupid. It's whatever. And I was like, oh, hopefully one of these guys can turn out good. Both of them suck. It is what it is. And then this past draft, he gets Jalen Walker, and it's like, okay, like whatever, like that's cool. Like Jalen Walker's playing well, but then he trades up again, gives up a future first round pick to go get James Pierce, and James Pierce is also having a good year. But unfortunately for them, the Falcons are now at 3-7. The Falcons are currently have a top 10 pick. That pick now with the injuries, Drake London also out too. That pick could definitely be top 5, and trading a top 5 overall pick for James Pierce Jr. not great. Terry Fontenot needs to be gone. He is a bad GM. He is, again, run the Falcons into the ground, essentially. It's just, it is what it is. We'll keep going to the next game. Bengals 12, Steelers 34. Nothing really to say with the Steelers. The offense was good enough anyways, but when you're playing a bunch of bums on the Bengals, it makes it pretty easy. Darnell Washington, one of my guys, one of my favorites from his draft class. Just an incredible highlight play. Stiff arms one guy into the ground and kind of like ducks under a tackle, and that guy bounces off of him, and then the final guy tries to knock him out of bounds. Does knock him out of bounds, but it's like Darnell Washington just taking like one step to the left to get out of bounds, and that guy who hits him goes flying off him anyways. He's huge. He is 6'7". He is supposedly 300 pounds. He should not be able to move like that. Very, very impressive human being, in my opinion, anyways. Aaron Rodgers has a slight broken arm. I don't know what a slight broken arm means. If it's slightly broken, sounds like it's broken, but we could get Mason Rudolph or Will Howard next week. Do I think that it really matters in the grand scheme of things? No, because the Steelers are the Steelers are the Steelers are the Steelers. Is what it is. We'll keep going. Bengals, I guess. The Bengals have given up 27 plus points in 9 consecutive games. That is an NFL record. And Jamar Chase got suspended for spitting on Jalen Ramsey. that just kind of sums up the Bengals. Joe Burrow should not be coming back at all this year. I don't know why that was ever in consideration, but he definitely should not. 49ers 41, Cardinals 22. Brock Purdy is back, and this offense was absolutely humming. Christian McCaffrey, 3 TDs on the day. George Kittle getting involved. Juwan Jennings getting involved. Ricky Pearsall not really getting involved, but at least, like, he's there. He's hurt, or he's not hurt. He's back. And this offense now, like, needs to carry this Niners team. And again, you could see the difference between Brock Purdy and Mac Jones in this one. Brock Purdy just a little bit more mobile, even though he still is, like, lingering from that turf toe injury, but looks more mobile, was taking some bigger shots. Yeah. It's different, but this Niners offense really needs to carry this team if they want to contend at the end of the year, potentially. Cardinals on the other side, Jacoby Brissett sets the NFL record for 47 completions in this one. 47 completions for Jacoby Brissett. That passes Drew Brees, who I think had 44 for the record. Good for Jacoby. I mean, his name will be in NFL history, I mean, for as long as that record stands. So it's just really fucking cool. And shout out to Michael Wilson in this one as well. No Marv Harrison Jr. He has appendicitis, so he missed this one. Might miss next week too. But Michael Wilson put up the most yards in a game this season with 185. The Cardinals are a really weird team. I think that's all I need to say. Seahawks 19, Rams 21. Shout out to the Rams defense. I mean, shout out to both defenses in this one. This was a defensive matchup across the board. But the Rams defense picked off Sam Darnold 4 times in this one. Safety Cam Kitchens gets 2 of them. He's becoming a very nice player. I think he's in his 2nd year now for the Rams. Shout out to Emmanuel Forbes as well. If you don't remember, he was a former first-round pick, picked right ahead of Christian Gonzalez, and we all know how Christian Gonzalez is. I mean, he's going to be an All-Pro this year, where Forbes is now on his 2nd team with the Rams. His knock during the draft was, he's small, he's skinny, and yeah, he was like 6'1", 160 pounds. He was a very, very tiny man. And now, he has filled out into his frame. You know, like, again, these young college kids, and I can still call them kids, young adults, whatever, they're still not fully grown into their bodies yet. And now it seems like Forbes is. He's always been very, very athletic and fast, and now he kind of has the build to match up with these stronger receivers. And yeah, he absolutely held his own against JSN in this one. Did JSN still have a really good game? Yeah, he did, but it wasn't against Forbes the entire time, so that's kind of what matters in this one. Devontae Adams, also 1,000 career catches. Good for him. But yeah, this was the Sam Darnold pumpkin game. 4 interceptions for him in this one. With that being said, they had a chance to kick a field goal to win the game at the end, despite the 4 interceptions. This was kind of what I was saying about the Colts and Daniel Jones when they played the Steelers, where they're like, yeah, if Daniel Jones doesn't turn the ball over 6 times, you're probably going to win the game. Same thing. Like, if Sam Darnold turns it over 3 times, 2 times, the Seahawks probably win this game, and you probably don't want your quarterback getting compared to Daniel Jones. But it is what it is. The fact that the Seahawks had a chance to win this game despite 4 interceptions from Sam Darnold, that's big. That's huge. Just don't turn the ball over, Sam, and the Seahawks are going to win a lot of games. Again, Seahawks defense, very, very good. They did what they needed to do. Rams defense on the other side did exactly what they needed to do. Very fun schematic whatever game in this one. JSN also became the first player in NFL history to have 75 plus receiving yards in every game so far to start a season. Cool record. Again, class of his own. Next game up here, Chiefs 19, Broncos 22. Broncos defense is really, really, really good. They don't have the defensive player of the year either, and their defense is still that fucking good. And Bo Nix didn't poop all over himself to blow a game, so shout out to the Broncos for holding it down anyways. Chiefs, I don't understand what is going on. I think the coaching staff should get some flack. I think the front office should get some flack. I mean, having Kareem Hunt being your starting running back in the year 2025, and I said this last year, having Kareem Hunt being your starting running back in the year 2024 was bad back then. It's worse now because we're a year ahead and he's still their starter. I think that not trading a 3rd-round pick for Breece Hall will come back to bite the Chiefs eventually anyways, but something has to get figured out on offense. It looks too like disjointed and everything, and whatever. We'll move on. Next game up here, Ravens 23, Browns 16. Not a ton on the Ravens, really. It's Tractor Cedo season. Derrick Henry, 100-plus yards, a long TD in this one. He was the difference maker. Mark Andrews, fake tush push, run for 35 yards for the TD that actually was the difference maker in this one. But Lamar didn't really look like MVP Lamar anyways. But again, Ravens win. They keep pace with the Steelers in the AFC North, sorry. And the Browns on the other side. Myles Garrett is an all-time great player and will probably go down in the same breath as Reggie White and Lawrence Taylor. Now, J.J. Watt is like my personal, that's the best defensive player I've ever seen, but Myles Garrett is getting very, very close to surpassing him right now. Myles Garrett becomes the first player in NFL history to have at least 12 sacks in 6 consecutive years. Myles Garrett, currently 15 sacks on the year, the same as the Ravens and the Jaguars, more than the Bengals and more than the 49ers, and he is currently on pace for 25.5 sacks on the year, which would shatter the previous NFL record. He is so good, and he isn't even 30 yet. He still has 2-3 more years where he will still be in his prime. And this Browns defense is playing very well, and now that they've added some younger pieces, Myles Garrett is still obviously getting double team, triple team, chipped a lot, but it's a little bit less now. And that just frees him up that much more. And you can see what it's doing. He is playing unbelievable football. I think he has 10 sacks in his last 3 games. Unbelievable football. It just sucks that he happens to play for the Browns. Other note in this one, Shedeur Sanders makes his debut. Dylan Gabriel leaves with a concussion. In comes Shedeur. And he played terrible. Again, coming in, not warmed up, not having any reps with the ones, which apparently that's a big point of contention of the backup QB3 5th-round rookie not having any reps with the starters. Apparently that's unbelievable news of how could the Browns, and the discourse around Shedeur is so annoying. It's, he's getting sabotaged by the Browns and Kevin Stefanski, and then other people are being like, he's bad, he shouldn't even be in the league, he's terrible, and let's just find a middle ground on Shedeur where he's a fine and could be a good, capable backup in this league. Maybe. They get the Raiders this week, so we'll see how that goes. And then finally, Lions 9, Eagles 16. Eagles offense continues to infuriate me. Kevin Patullo is a very bad offensive coordinator. I could see it in the first half where they were just trying to force feed the ball to A.J. Brown. The only time you need to force feed the ball to someone is when that's your only player on offense. You have Devonta Smith. You have Saquon Barkley. You have Dallas Goedert. You have other people who should be also getting the ball. You just don't need to force everything to A.J. Brown to just make him happy. I don't think A.J. Brown's going to be happy regardless of with anything, but Eagles also lose Lane Johnson for the rest of the season. He should be back for the playoffs anyways, but that is a big loss for the Eagles anyways. Eagles defense is really fucking good. Jalen Phillips, I continue to miss him in Miami, but he has really helped this Eagles defense so far, and when they get Nolan Smith back too, I think that this Eagles defense is going to be what carries the Eagles very far, because right now this Eagles defense does look like an elite unit. Lions on the other side, they were close. It just kind of wasn't their game. Again, the Eagles defense is really, really good. Lions went 0 for 5 on 4th down as well, which that typically never happens for the Lions, especially under Dan Campbell since he's been there. They're usually very good on converting their 4th downs, but they got stuffed time after time after time. Only other note I have for the Lions is Jameson Williams continues to still be an idiot. Catches the ball, turns on the burners, just runs by a bunch of guys. He's so talented. Scores his touchdown and does the thing where, he runs up to the field goal post and, jumps up around the base and, hugs it. That's a flag. You can't do that. Pretty cut and dry. 15-yard penalty. And it was windy in Philly. And it's moving. And again, Jake Bates is a really good kicker, but he turned that extra point of it being a 35-yarder into a 50-yarder. And with the wind, Jake Bates ended up missing that and costing them a point where, again, didn't matter ultimately, but it really could have at the end of the day. But also, George Pickens did the exact same thing in the Monday night game too, but they were in a dome and he has Brandon Aubrey. So makes it a little more palatable anyways. But that's the recap anyways. Sorry it's shorter than usual. I still kind of covered most of the stuff that I wanted to talk about, but obviously didn't go into as many details. Now I have a computer apps assignment that I want Taysham to take a look at to help me out with. It's a Google Sheets spreadsheet. I just want her to just put eyes on it because that's what she does. She deals with spreadsheets all the time, to just take a look and tell me I'm doing a great job. And I know I'm doing a great job, but yeah, big plans tomorrow anyways. Tomorrow being today, obviously, but I'll end it here. I need to eat. As always, if you have liked this, please like, share, retweet, subscribe, tell your friends, all that fun stuff. And until next time, peace.